At first glance, it may look like this film is about real estate or agriculture, but believe it or not, this farm here in Texas symbolizes the beginning for many retail businesses as they look to establish themselves online. In this interview, we'll talk with Relationshop CEO Galen and key figure Sylvain Perrier about how the business is empowering retailers to deliver a relevant, unified, and seamless digital shopping experience. With the modern world increasingly being lived online, let's see how this remote farm is helping with the digitalization of the shopping experience. I'm Kerrigan Chauvin, and this is A Moment With.
We have, honeybees here, we have cattle here, and it's all raised 100% organic. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to do it. I mean, the kids can lay down in the pastures. There's nothing here that's harmful for anyone. Lakes are stocked. We have copper-nosed bluegill and black bass, and have tremendous fishing here.
Do you ever take your friend here fishing?
Haven't yet.
Not
Haven't
yet.
No, but we will. At some point, we will definitely go fishing. Yeah, we got a couple guys from Canada want to come down and go fishing, which we will have them down this year. But then we get to work here and we get to watch cows, wander around, and that's a beautiful thing to me.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about where we are today.
Well, we are halfway between Austin and Houston. We're on a farm that's fairly isolated, as you probably learned driving out here, but it's intentional. We moved out here 30 years ago, bought the farm, and did not live here permanently until the COVID pandemic. But we came, and I decided not to ever go back. So, and I just can't think of a better situation.
Houston, not two great cities. You're smack dab in the middle.
That's right.
And why does this farm play such an integral role in Relationship?
Great question. We have used the farm for the last 30 years in business to bring customers here. In 2007, we built a conference center, and we bring customers here on a regular basis to do strategic planning, work on digital roadmaps, those sorts of things. And then we bring our employees here on a regular basis.
I can really imagine how much more clearer you can think out here in the open. There's no distractions. It's just you, your thoughts, and
well, there's days that at about 2 o'clock, because we work in Israel and Vietnam, they're 13 hours ahead of us in Vietnam and 7 hours ahead of me in Israel, and Toronto's an hour ahead. So about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm pretty much done with my overseas work. And there's some afternoons I just get up and walk and just get out of here and take a walk around the property and come back and go back to work. And it's the best relaxation you can have in the middle of a stressful day. So it's good. The farm serves a wonderful purpose.
Are there any other ways that the farm fits into the business practice itself?
Yeah, I think it speaks a lot to really who I am and how I operate and what I want out of life. Life is much more to me than just money. It also has to do with lifestyle and also in having our employees here at Christmas time. They all almost demand that we do Christmas at the farm, and they come here and love to bring their kids up. So it works into the farm. It works into our business practice very well.
So how do you approach your role as a CEO?
I have to, I look out at the future, looking around the corner basically, and seeing where technologies are going, where the behavior of humanity is going, the use of mobile phones, the use of desktops, how are people shopping, what's their shopping habits, and then we're looking at all sorts of technologies to enhance the efficiency of the picking process for the retailers. So my job is really to look ahead and to make sure that we're not falling behind in technologies and trying to figure out which parts and pieces strategically we need to accomplish the task we're setting off to accomplish.
Well, you have the ideas, you have the vision now, Galen, but you can't build an international company solo. How do you choose your team to support you? Great question.
I surround myself with top talent. I've worked with our team for two of the guys, our CTO of the company is 22 years. The guy that runs the president of Aisle 1 is 22 years. Sylvain and I have known each other for over 12 years. I mean, I don't work easily with people I've never met before. So I like to find top talent and bring them into the company and nurture them to where I need them. But it's always talent beyond me. That's the number one element. What
is the business model and why do retailers want it so badly?
It's a good question. I wish they wanted it worse than they do. It's in the shopper engagement side of the world. So if you look at online shopping, most of the times it's just a pretty regimented ad that you say add to cart, and you add it to cart and away you go. But what we've done is attack the front end of that all the way up into putting the item in the cart in a very intense way. So even the shopping list, you can choose whether the shopping list is delivered to your home or you want to go in the store and pick it up. We're also working to healthify the shopping list, if I can call it that, where if you have a diabetic problem, you could click that you want to healthify your shopping list as a diabetic, and we're working with third parties to bring us the nutritional data down to the atomic level to where we could actually change the list of items you've built to be diabetic friendly. So the technology we're involved in is a human touch. It's what I call high tech, high touch. So the high tech is easy, but the high touch is difficult. To bring those two together is really a real piece of magic.
So has AI been important in the industry, and how will it help move the industry forward, if so?
Yeah, I think if you look at the landscape today, it's been challenging for a lot of the retailers to get the talent to be able to harness the power behind the data that they have. And when we look at what we've built within our corporation and our own data science practice and being able to bring that to the retail community, it really leaves the retailer with the ability to focus on asking the tough questions of the data, letting us do the heavy lifting, where we can actually start to look at, hey, if a consumer buys this, what are they actually also apt at buying? And then from that, we can educate the retailer and say, well, if you do this, you may be able to influence the size of your basket and better serve your community of consumers. And this is historically not been easy to do, but that technology is available today. And we're fortunate in having the right people to be able to do that.
And y'all are international. Does the shopper experience vary in different countries?
Well, consumers are consumers regardless of where they are. What we do notice is the mix of what they buy will be different. The frequency, the size of the basket. Also, in Europe, the culture is very much more geared towards delivery. In North America, curbside pickup, considerably more interesting and important. The benefit that we have having a global team, the underpinning of our technology and our business, is that knowledge and being able to adapt easily what we're doing, regardless if it's in Europe, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and home here in North America.
And how do you see the digital shopping landscape changing in the future?
I do think mobile will become completely dominant. It's now over 70% of all the shopping we have is on mobile. I think it'll be completely dominant. The web page, the laptop will be for the elderly people as we go forward. And what's elderly today? I have no idea. I'm not elderly. But the cell phone, as we know it today, is a tool that's going to continue to morph in the shopping arena.
Do you think in-store shopping will ever die? People talk about broadcast television, radio, newspaper, or a hardcover book.
No. I do think we'll see these 100,000-foot stores go away in due course. I think, especially in neighborhoods, you're going to see more and more small format stores that are geared around the demographic. We know what you're buying. You only buy 123 to 140 items in your lifetime. There's 70,000 items in a store. If we can bring that saturation of items down, build smaller stores, the retailer can be more effective and more profitable if they can figure out a way to do it. It's a huge conundrum right now for retail.
Yeah, there's a degree of escapism in brick and mortar that will never disappear at the end of the day. And they're destination shoppers that are and I see it in my neighborhood, and the mom with the 3 kids wants to get away from the kids and she goes into the store. and she's doing every aisle, and she's got her AirPods in, and you know she's listening to music, and she's perusing, she's trying things, and she may necessarily not be a foodie, but for her, it's the alone time. And Galen's right in terms of how do stores, brick and mortar, get morphed in a way that they tie better into their communities, they become destination centers. But in our world, when you look at the cycle of innovation at the consumer level, which is quite rapid, we're trying to figure out how does technology play into that online and in store? What's that balancing act? So I don't think you will see any retailer necessarily reducing the number of store count at any time soon.